It's slime time. Welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new, then a big welcome to you. This week we are going to be doing a $125 brutally honest overrated slime shop review. Man, that is a mouthful. The slimer you chose for today's video is Slime Yoda. If you guys saw my $100 unbiased slime review, you would understand all the tea I spilled on Slime Yoda, so I will have that link down below if you want to get some context about this video. But anyway, I wanted to allow Slime Yoda to have some redemption, so let's get on with this. So before we get on with the video, there's just a couple disclaimers I want to get out of the way. The first thing is that I paid for all of these slimes with my own money that I make off of YouTube. The second thing is that I include shipping in the overall price, so if it adds up to less than $125, that is why. And the third thing is, actually, so exciting, I have started a brand new YouTube channel at Julia Catherine, so I will have it linked down below if you want to go check it out. So if you think it's worth sticking around, I will have the link down below if you want to go check it out. So I have some scissors, and I have some activator in case any of the slimes got sticky over shipping. Oh, okay. Ooh. So as you can see, all of our slimes come in these 8-ounce screw top lid containers, pretty much like every other slime seller. On the top, she has our little Slime Yoda sticker, and on the bottom, she has these super cute and detailed labels. Right here, I have I Loaf You Puff. I thought it was only fair to start with her iconic slime and give it a chance for redemption. Alright, so right off the bat, it has a super unique texture. It does feel like there's some thickening agent in here, but I'm not really sure what it is. So the starting texture is super thick, creamy, soft, and somewhat spreadable. And obviously, it just has this really nice tan color to look like bread, and it also smells a lot like bread. It kind of smells like Tibble Slimes' mozzarella stick slime. It has a little bit of a savory scent, but it's really yummy. So I guess the only option we really have is to try to puff this up and see how it does. So I think this poofed up about as much as it's gonna go. It did poof up a lot, so let's put it to the test and put it back into the container and see how far we got. Okay, so this was only about 2 to 3 minutes of play, and it already got so poofy, but it doesn't just feel like a self-inflating slime where it kind of just turns into a fluffy slime. It feels like there's legitimately more slime here. Like, it feels equally as dense, but it just like expanded. I don't know where it came from. It does feel slightly puffier, but it still is that really nice, smooth, soft, and creamy base. Some slimes also tend to get stickier the more you play with them, but this one was all good. This is just a big puff now. I love it. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 10 out of 10. I feel like she definitely improved her recipe because this feels significantly puffier and better than the last time. Up next, we have Yummy Gummy Freeze. I do have to say I absolutely love these little labels. They are so cute, and it is very unique to her because not many people personalize them with little corresponding pictures in the background. Ooh. So this has a very unique texture. Normally, icy textures become clear over a long period of time, but this one looked like somebody had almost just been playing with it because it was already opaque. I'm not sure if she just added something in to make it look like that, but that is just a small detail I noticed. And there is a little bit of a problem with the slime getting stuck to my desk like this. It is super smooth, soft, and creamy, and spreadable. And it feels like it has fake snow in it, like the fake snow that would absorb water. There is a good amount of snow fallout for a clear-based jelly slime, though, I have to say. It is this really nice light green color. It kind of reminds me of some, like, key lime pie filling. And it also kind of smells like sweet processed frozen yogurt. Okay. It doesn't smell bad, though, don't get me wrong. After you play with it for literally, like, 1 minute, it gets super cloudy like this, and it kind of almost looks like it could be a white base slime if you look at it really quickly, but once you touch it, you can definitely tell it is clear base. I don't know, just because of the way it feels. It also has really nice and soothing sizzles and bubble pops. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 9 out of 10, just because of the slime occasionally getting stuck to my desk and the snow fallout on my fingers is a little bit excessive, but other than that, I really love this slime. So I guess all of her slimes literally have a puff texture because this one puffed up so much within like 2 minutes. It is super sizzly and soft and airy now. Up next we have Cheat Day Shake Thickie, $12.75. So before we go and mix it up, I'm gonna give you guys a close-up look. We just have some pink, blue, mini, purple, and magenta foam beads. Ooh, oh wow. Oh yes, whoa. Okay, this is extremely stretchy for being glue all based too, and it is so glossy, thick, creamy, and just, so good. Bubble Pops are so good. So I do have to say this isn't the thickest glue all based slime texture that I have ever felt, but it is up there. But it is definitely the stretchiest. Sometimes I have a problem with glue all slimes ripping when you stretch them because they're just so thick. But this one I feel like has a lot of lotion or something in it to make it stretch this much, and this gloss is insane, and it is so smooth and creamy. Like, look at this. Like, what? Yummy. This smells so delicious. I can't quite pinpoint what it smells like, but it smells super sweet. The only complaint I would have is I wish I could just see a little bit more of those foam beads in there. I can barely see them when I'm playing with them, and the texture that they add is few and far between. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 9 out of 10 just because of those lousy foam beads. So I honestly just think it's a common theme that all of her slimes self-inflate. This slime didn't self-inflate as much as her bread slimes, but that is to be expected, but it's still inflated a good amount, and I'm going to struggle with getting this back into the container. So up next, we have Spring Love and Puff. So before I go in and ruin the slime, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. As you can see, we have an orange and neon pink gradient in here, and it is so gorgeous. Ooh, oh. Okay, this is unique, but I love it. This feels a lot different from her bread slime. So after the slime is all mixed together, we just have this really nice, it kind of looks like a blood orange tangerine color. It feels closer to a butter slime compared to our bread loaf slimes. This just feels super thick, creamy, soft, smooth, and spreadable. It also has a super yummy scent of orange juice. It has that little hint of like tanginess, but also very sweet. So I guess the only thing we have left to do is put this to the test and see how much it puffs up. So I think this is puffed up about as much as it's gonna go. Let's put it back into the container to see how it did. So it doesn't really feel like it, but it does look like it puffed up almost as much as the bread puff slime. This slime does feel a lot denser than I loaf you puff slime. It feels like there's a little bit more of that thickening agent in there. I don't know if she uses clay or some type of solution. I honestly like this texture better than I loaf you puff, just because it is a little bit thicker, and I am a sucker for thick slimes. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 10 out of 10. Up next, we have Juicy Fruit Gloss, and this also came with a little pack of Juicy Fruit Gum. Ooh. So this just feels like a very basic slime to me. It feels like a base of school glue with a hint of glue all. It is super clicky, glossy, stretchy, and creamy. It has a really nice and satisfying gloss, and it does feel a little bit jelly-like because it isn't a glue all based slime. I'm just living for these thwocks though, they are amazing. It also kind of smells like bananas. Yes. Got 'em. Overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 10 out of 10. Up next, we have Melted M&M Thickie. Ooh, yes. Down here, we just have these little add-ons, I'm guessing to look like M&Ms. I'm not gonna lie, this color is a little bit deceiving. It looks more like a burgundy kind of milk chocolate instead of like a dark chocolate color that she showed on her website. Sorry for the ring light, but just to show you guys, as you can see, it looks a lot darker than it does in person. And I do understand that it is very hard to get a really accurate dark color without it staining a table or your hands. But other than that, this is a really nice slime base. It is super creamy, stretchy, thick, pokeable, and bubble pops. I mean, are you guys getting sick of me saying all these amazing slime adjectives? Because honestly, I am too. This scent is so accurate. It actually smells so delicious. It just smells exactly like little M&Ms. The only thing I want to complain about with this slime is really the appearance. I mean, the slime color is a little bit deceiving compared to the one she showed us on her website. And I really do wish there were a lot more add-ons in here. I mean, I can barely see the ones that she did put in here, and they didn't really look a lot like M&Ms. They just kind of looked like little flakies. This is so thick though, and this gloss is So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 9 out of 10. I'm just gonna be taking off 1 point because of the appearance. So up next, we have Purple Punch Puff. Oof, that is a tongue twister. It almost feels like there's a layer on the top of this slime that isn't letting it stick to itself. Ooh, yes. Oh God. Is this like not activated all the way? But do I really have to say anything? This one just feels exactly like her other two puff slimes. As we know, it is just super thick, creamy, soft, spreadable, and stretchy. But it doesn't feel exactly like her I Loaf You puff slime because it does feel like there's more of that thickening agent in here. So I do have to say this puff slime does feel like it's self-inflated the least, but let's put it to the test. So I was right, this puff slime did self-inflate the least out of the three of them. I do have to say this slime does feel significantly thicker and denser than the other two, which I'm guessing is why it didn't puff up as much. The other two felt a little bit thinner and creamier, which allowed them to puff up a lot. But this one, I don't even know if I would count as a puff slime. It kind of just feels more like a butter slime made with Model Magic. I do have to say I am a little bit disappointed in this puff. I feel like maybe when they were making this, the ratios were a little bit off. I do have to say I'm not a huge fan of this scent. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it smells like, but it just kind of smells like sweet, sweaty socks. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime an 8 out of 10. I personally didn't like the scent, and I do wish this slime puffed up a lot. After all, it is called puff slime, and it only puffed up about as much as her thicky slimes did, so... So last but definitely not least, we have Peach Perfection Gloss. This is like the smallest detail out of all of them that I'm going to pick apart, but I'm still going to point it out. I have noticed on some of her labels that the cutting is a little bit sloppy around the sticker and there is like a white edge. Ooh, yes. So the slime texture is really, really basic, I'm not gonna lie. But I do really, really like it. It feels like it is half glue-all and half school glue. It is super thick and jelly-like. It does have a little bit of rubbery feel, so it is not as stretchy as some of her other slimes. But I do have to say I am obsessed with this gloss. I mean... I don't have much to say about this slime because it is super basic, but sometimes the basic slimes are the best slimes, and it just smells a lot like a peach haichu. It is delicious. So overall, I'm gonna give this slime a 9 out of 10 just because it is a little bit rippable and rubbery when you go to stretch it. Extras! I got 2 of her Slime Yoda bracelets that just say got thickies and then Slime Yoda. I got a little pack of instant snow. I got a little keychain holder that I don't even know what to call it, and it just says Slime Yoda on it. I think this is a little pencil case. This is so adorable. I think Slime Yoda has one of the biggest merch shops out of all of the Slimers. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh. So I got a little Slime Yoda tattoo. She has so much merch, oh my gosh. Skittles, borax, and a little slime care sheet. So here are all of the slimes after I finished reviewing them. As you can see, I was only able to get one of the lids back onto the slimes. I guess the motive for her was just to not allow me to get any of the lids back on the containers. How rude. But I do have a couple things to say about her slime shop. So I do have to say this is a very, very small detail that I noticed, but some of the labels do have a little bit of a messy cutout at the bottom. Some of her slime textures did seem a little bit inconsistent, like her puff slimes, and I do have to complain about some of her add-ons being a little bit skimpy. So it was just kind of a couple little detail things that were missing, which kind of makes me feel like she just mass produces her slimes. I mean, yes, she is a huge slime shop. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram, but that doesn't mean you should forfeit the quality of your slimes for that. So Slime Yoda, if you are watching this, please don't take any of this to heart. I'm just trying to give you some constructive criticism. I'm not trying to bash on your slime shop at all. I absolutely love you, okay? This is just for reviewing and professional purposes only. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button down below and little post notification bell right next to it to get notified every time I post a new video. By doing this, you'll become a member of the hashtag notification squad and one of my timers. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be sure to see you all next week. Bye!